In our American Dream segment, one small business owner is giving a second chance to the once ubiquitous coin-operated Kiddie rides. The company is betting on nostalgia to win the hearts and minds of buyers. Here with more is Wendy Bounds from the Wall Street Journal. Okay, I remember, I think it was either Wagon or the Stagecoach was the one outside my supermarket that I loved.
You begged your mom to let you do it at the end of the trip. You had to be good, though, to do it.
Right, and maybe twice if you're lucky.
Twice if you're lucky. You got to have that 50 cents. But this guy is very smart. He did what you said. He's tapping into the nostalgic market, okay? This is a company called Kiddie Rides USA, based out in Denver. He essentially buys these rides, takes them off the hands of the old supermarkets that want to get rid of them because they're not profitable anymore, sells them to individuals who, like you, might sort of remember back in the day, and they might want to have one of these in their home, like they did a jukebox or one of those old gumball machines. And he's also selling them to companies like Wells Fargo. You mentioned the Stagecoach being one of your personal favorites. Wells Fargo bought 5. They got them custom done, and they put them in their museum. So he's really making a business out of this.
Yeah, they're huge, though. How much do they cost?
Well, these are big. They range from $2,000 to $6,000.
Wow.
Now, that's cheap. That's 60% off of what they used to retail for. And and he's sold about $500,000 worth of these last year. So people think, you know, in this time of sort of economic cutbacks, this is actually a kind of luxury you could afford. It's not a new car. It's not a new boat. But this is something that could make your kids happy. But you have to be very careful in the nostalgia market what you pick to bring back. I mean, you and I were talking about this. You're not going to pick leg warmers to bring back, right? But there are certain things that people will resonate with, and you have to have your timing right and then update them somewhat. I mean, this guy is sort of, again, we mentioned Wells Fargo. He's putting their logo on it. So he's taking something old, but he's making it a little bit new for Wells Fargo or somebody else, like an ice cream parlor to put in there. He customizes it so that it brings it sort of back into the modern day age.
Is this more for individuals, do you think, or businesses that want to buy these?
It's a good question, and it's both. I mean, individuals buy them, again, because they have the fond memories like you do. They can have their kids, their grandkids be on it. It can be something unique. We mentioned like a pool table, a jukebox. But businesses are, too. Ice cream shops, dentist's office, you know, doctor's office, because it puts kids at ease when they walk in. And that's the key about a market like this. You have to go out and find the market. He went out, he got interior decorators on board to help sell these. He went to doctor's offices and said, you know, do you guys want to put these in there? So these are like unique places where they can think to put them in that you might not automatically, you know, think of otherwise.
Any concern? I mean, a luxury you can afford $2,000 to $6,000. That sounds like a lot of money to me in a time when the market may be turning, or the economy may be falling.
You have to think of it on a relative scale. I mean, we still have people out there who are spending a lot of money, at least on the luxury level. Now, if they don't want to go out and buy the new Porsche, this is something they could buy a mini coin-operated Porsche instead.
You can get a mechanical horse.
It's all relative, yes.
Afford a Boxster. Perfect. All right, Wendy Bounds, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for joining us. Dylan, which one do you like?
Oh, it's impossible to make those sorts of decisions. It's both. Everything.